Hello. I'm just gonna do a quick video. Got about 10 minutes. But anyway, I know I haven't been updating a whole lot on this page and also my YouTube because, well, I got COVID for the second time. About 4 weeks ago, I contracted it. About 4 or 5 weeks ago. And I still have some crud from it, but it's not as bad as it was. I mean, okay, so this is my second round, and it wasn't really that bad. Um, I got COVID from someone, my neighbor, who is vaccinated, and she works in healthcare with the elderly, and some of her patients were, excuse me, were getting COVID, and she was still forced to work with them and everything despite the risk. She ended up getting it, and I was over there at her house. We were outside, like I was literally like maybe 3 feet from her, talking to her about something, and 2 days later she called me and says, "Kelly, I got COVID." 2 days later, I started getting symptoms. So I was like, oh crap, here we go. Now, I've had antibodies for a year and 9 months. Well, at least until I got it again. The second time around, for me, it wasn't that bad. Um, I totally believe that in building up immunity, I'm a school bus driver. I'm exposed to COVID like probably 3 times more than the average person. I'm exposed to all these little germs. I've been working with children for the last 20 years of my life. I've been a nanny, I worked in daycare, so a babysitter since I was 13. So, I have in the nursery at church, I've worked with children a long time, and I've been exposed to a lot of germs. My immune system's pretty decent. So let me say something. Like, masks can work to a certain extent, but people can still get COVID regardless of the vaccines, regardless of the masks. It doesn't matter. So this one guy tried to argue that you can we may get COVID with the vaccine, but we won't get it as worse. Actually, my neighbor had it way worse than me, and she was out of work for 3 weeks. I was out of work for a week and a half, but 2 weeks if you count Thanksgiving, because I could have gone back to work before Thanksgiving, but then Thanksgiving came, and we have off for Thanksgiving, so I wasn't able to return to work until after that. But anyway, um, yeah, she had it way worse, and she was out sick for like 3 weeks. I was sick for a week and a half, and I'm not vaccinated. I don't wear masks all the time, and there's such things called immunity. You build up your immunity by getting sick, by being around other people who have the virus. And, a lot of these doctors and nurses who have been working since the pandemic have built up an immunity. They probably had COVID over and over and over again, and now they can't even tell when they got COVID because they don't get symptoms because it doesn't even affect them because immunity has been built up. It has nothing to do with a vaccine. But the vaccine is also its own dangerous. I'm not even going to go there because I don't want to get shut down. So I'm not going to talk about that. Um, so yeah, a lot of good things happening. Good things. It may seem like doom and gloom, but trust me, there's a lot of good that's happening that a lot of people can't see because they're stuck in their everyday 9 to 5 programmed thinking. They don't think outside the box. They don't try to try different timelines. They're just stuck in this one way of living. And that's going to make you blind. Last night I watched the movie Free Guy. Well, part of it. I watched half of it because I had to go to bed. But I'm planning to watch the rest of it tonight. But Free Guy, he's NPC, non-player character, and he, is stuck in this reality of everything's hunky-dory, the same thing every day. I do the same thing every day. Everything's good. I feel secure in that, right? And then one day something catches his eye, a woman, but it could be anything. And it makes him start to think about, hey, why can't I go after that woman? I've never seen her before. So he chases after her, and then he starts making different decisions for his day-to-day life. And he starts seeing things, and he puts on these sunglasses, and then he starts, seeing a reality that he didn't realize was there. And then he starts making different decisions that affect the timeline of the game. And pretty soon, eventually, this NPC, non-player character, starts to make his own character. He starts to make his own. He starts to make his own timeline. His own game, his own character, his own timeline, his own game, and he creates a whole new reality within the game. Any one of us can do that. Don't be an NPC. Don't be a non-player character. What are you contributing then to changing this whole scenario? You're not going to change anything by being an NPC. That's all I gotta say. But okay, so since I had COVID, I got 2 minutes. It really brought me, my energy is down, low vibration, and some shadow work that I had to do, and it just, I felt so stuck for 2 or 3 weeks. I just was I feel, not that I felt like I lost myself, but I felt like I went off track, and it, part of it was my own fault, part of it was getting sick, and then being stuck at home in this, you have to be isolated, and you can't do anything. Though I did, go to the store a couple times because I had to. I live alone, so I had to go to the store. So anyway, what I'm saying is, I've been slowly trying to raise my vibration, and it hasn't been easy. It seems like before I didn't have too many distractions. Now it's like distractions are trying to get at me everywhere, and it's so frustrating. But I keep moving myself back to the center and to being being in 0 point neutrality, which means not getting attached to things that might trigger me or upset me, not getting attached to things that might sway the direction that I want to go. So that's really what the challenge is here. And especially now, we all need to stay focused on the light. We all need to stay focused on good energy and being there for one another and love one another. And, there may be something that's going to trigger you. There's going to be, you might have a down day. But you know what? Just get back right up. Do not let it beat you down, because we need to stay up in this good vibration. And despite what the weather looks like, it's gloomy and gray most of the time here in Wisconsin. It's so easy to just fall into this life is so boring, life is blah, and I'm frustrated, and, but we live in a reality where we can change our reality. And that is all begins with our thought process. It all begins with how we view everything. So I just want to give you that encouragement. I gotta go. So I love you all, and I hope you all are safe and doing what you need to do to be your best self. Bye-bye.